Labrador Retriever. The Labrador Retriever is the most widely deployed assistance and service dog on Earth, and its dominance in that role is not the result of temperament alone. The breed originated in 16th century Newfoundland, where fishermen used it to retrieve nets, haul lines, and recover catch from the freezing North Atlantic. That maritime history produced a biological architecture no amount of decorative breeding has managed to dismantle. The coat is a water-resistant double layer, naturally oily, trapping air against the skin for thermal insulation. The tail functions as a rudder. The feet carry partial webbing for propulsion. Its bite force reaches 230 pounds per square inch, yet the same jaw can hold a raw egg without cracking the shell, a product of selective suppression of the kill phase of the predatory sequence. This combination of physical capability and inhibitory control is why the Labrador consistently outperforms every other breed in formal guide dog qualification programs. It is also why the breed will carry a stolen sandwich across an entire house with the gentleness of a surgeon and the moral framework of a career criminal. Doberman Pinscher. The Doberman Pinscher is the only breed created by a single individual for a single defined professional purpose. Louis Doberman, a tax collector in 19th century Apolda, Germany, needed an animal fast, intimidating, and loyal enough to protect him in high-risk neighborhoods. He crossed the Rottweiler, the Old German Shepherd, and the Manchester Terrier, with later breeders adding greyhound blood to produce the lean, angular profile recognizable today. The breed's primary working mechanism is its scissor bite, delivering a rapid release and rebite sequence that maximizes impact across multiple contact points at 305 pounds per square inch. Psychologically, the Doberman is handler-centric, organizing its protective behavior around monitoring the environment for threats to its primary person rather than reacting indiscriminately. During the Second World War, it served as the official war dog of the United States Marine Corps, deployed in the Pacific for sentry work, messenger runs, and jungle scout patrol. It is a precision security instrument that will also spend 20 minutes staring at you from across the room with an expression that suggests it has already identified 3 ways to neutralize you and is simply waiting for a reason. Border Collie. The Border Collie ranks first on every standardized assessment of canine working intelligence, but that intelligence is of a specific and narrow type. The breed emerged from the borderlands of Scotland and England, refined over centuries into a dog capable of managing large flocks across steep hillsides while covering up to 50 miles of ground in a single working day. Its primary mechanism is called the eye, a fixed, unblinking stare delivered from a low, crouching posture that mimics the pre-strike position of a predator. Sheep and cattle register the eye as imminent threat and move away from it without any physical contact. The breed moves its eyes independently of its head to maintain pressure on individual animals while scanning the wider flock at distances up to 875 yards. One trained Border Collie performs the work of 4 to 5 human farmhands in a livestock management context. If one is not given a flock to manage, it will manage whatever is available, including children, house guests, and any dog that makes the mistake of moving in an uncoordinated direction. Newfoundland. The Newfoundland is the largest water rescue dog ever developed, its working biology organized entirely around hauling heavy loads through cold, rough water. Evolved on the Canadian Atlantic coast alongside fishing communities, it remains operationally deployed by the Italian Coast Guard for open water rescue, including helicopter insertions into rough sea conditions. A male weighs between 130 and 150 pounds and can tow loads up to 40 times its own body weight in water. Its swimming stroke is a modified breaststroke, generating sustained propulsion with lower energy expenditure over long distances. The feet carry full interdigital webbing extending to the tips of the toes. The breed demonstrates instinctive rescue behavior, presenting its body to a distressed swimmer and towing them toward shore without requiring specific command input. This behavior appears without training in many individuals, which is remarkable given that the same animal will also attempt to sit on your lap and redistribute your body weight in a way that raises serious structural concerns. German Shepherd. The German Shepherd is the most widely used police and military dog in the world, deployed across more roles in more countries than any other breed. Created in 1899 by Captain Max von Stephanitz, it was designed on a single principle: utility and intelligence. Its defining operational characteristic is calculated deliberateness. Where other breeds react instantaneously to threat stimulus, the German Shepherd assesses before acting, a trait that makes it more reliable in complex environments where false positives carry consequences. Its bite mechanism is a hold and pressure style designed to apprehend and control. Its gait covers more ground per unit of energy than almost any comparable breed. The breed transitions between protection work, narcotics detection, search and rescue, and guide dog roles within a single operational career. It is the most behaviorally flexible working animal ever produced, and it is fully aware of this, which is why it will occasionally ignore a command it has performed correctly 1,000 times simply to register a professional objection. Siberian Husky. The Siberian Husky was developed by the Chukchi people of northeastern Siberia to haul light loads across hundreds of miles of frozen tundra on minimal food and temperatures reaching -58 degrees Fahrenheit. Its competitive advantage is metabolic. During sustained effort, its muscles oxidize fatty acids with near-perfect efficiency rather than depleting glycogen stores the way most mammals do under prolonged exertion. Skeletal muscle oxygen consumption in trained racing huskies is the highest recorded in any mammal, exceeding values measured in elite human cyclists. Average racing speed runs between 10 and 15 miles per hour, sustained over more than 100 miles per day for a week without performance collapse. When introduced to Alaska in 1908, they were dismissed as too small to compete and won the All-Alaska Sweepstakes in 1910. They are the most efficient endurance athletes on the planet, and they will use that energy, if denied a sled, to dismantle your garden fence and disappear for 3 hours in a direction that cannot be explained. Bernese Mountain Dog. The Bernese Mountain Dog was developed in Switzerland over a period traced back 2,000 years, its historical role being the engine of the Swiss dairy industry, pulling carts loaded with milk and cheese across mountain terrain. A 100-pound Bernese can exert a draft force of up to 1,000 pounds, generated through massive shoulder and chest musculature rather than the hindquarter drive of faster breeds. Males stand up to 27.5 inches at the shoulder with a broad, deep chest housing the lung capacity required for sustained uphill pulling. The breed nearly disappeared as industrial farming replaced animal draft labor and was restored in 1907 through a deliberate search of the Swiss valleys for remaining purebred individuals. It is a machine built for alpine endurance and genuine physical hardship, which makes it somewhat difficult to explain why it spends the majority of its domestic life draped across a doorway, making itself as aerodynamically inconvenient as possible for everyone attempting to use the house. Belgian Malinois. The Belgian Malinois is the primary working dog of elite military and special operations units across NATO countries, selected over the German Shepherd for roles requiring a lighter, faster, and more explosively reactive animal. Its nervous system operates at a higher reactivity threshold, producing a reaction time to threat stimulus that is effectively instantaneous. Top speed reaches 30 miles per hour. Verified vertical jump height exceeds 8 feet from a standing position. In modern combat deployment, Malinois wear Kevlar vests equipped with night vision cameras, communications equipment, and waterproof armor plating, inserted ahead of human elements to detect explosives and clear enclosed spaces where the risk to human operators is highest. Their effectiveness in high-stress environments depends entirely on the depth of a single handler pairing built over years. It is the most operationally dangerous dog on Earth, and if you can't handle it, it will handle you. Bloodhound. The Bloodhound is a biological specialist with no peer in olfactory tracking. Its sensory architecture unchanged since it was developed at the St. Hubert Monastery in Belgium in the 7th century. The breed carries between 230 and 300 million olfactory receptors, roughly 40 times the human count. Its long ears sweep the ground as it moves, disturbing settled scent particles and directing them toward the nostrils. The deep wrinkles trap microscopic skin cells and body-specific compounds, holding them near the nasal passages for analysis. Verified trail persistence reaches 130 hours, more than 5 days after a subject passed through an area. It is the only breed whose trailing evidence is admissible as corroborative testimony in criminal proceedings across multiple American jurisdictions. No mechanical sensor currently in production matches its sensitivity across miles of contaminated terrain. It is a forensic instrument of extraordinary precision that also produces more drool per hour than any other animal in the working group, a fact its handlers learn to accept on the first day and never fully come to terms with.